Hello and welcome, and today I'll show you how to make this wonderful, well, kinda ugly looking goldfish, but, well, it's decent. And as always, we start with the default scene, and we start with deleting the default cube because that thing is evil. And we continue that with a wonderful picture of a goldfish. In this case, I found this one on Google. If you want exactly this one, you can find it in my Discord channel. Or just spend 3 seconds Googling. And now we're going to start modeling the goldfish. So we're going to start off with the plane, because we know plane looks exactly like goldfish. I'm just going to drag it in here somewhere in the middle. We're going to go to toggle the X-ray so we can actually look through. And let's go into the edit mode. We're going to select the left edges. I'm just going to extrude it with E. I'm just going to extrude it again. Maybe move this around a little bit so we can just slowly but surely make this thing look like a goldfish. So just gonna continue that at the back, just extruding everything. Just gonna stop right here. We're gonna make the fins later. Just gonna pull these all just a little bit down and adjust them so that it is looking like at least a little bit like a fish, because that will be, well, important later when we will apply the texture, everything in between. Maybe let's make another one here. And there we go. We just move this one out a little bit. We can see the shape is already kind of looking like a fish. But the most important parts are missing, which of course are fins. So we're just going to select these two here. Just going to extrude out again. Move this one a little bit around maybe here. Maybe this one as well. We're just going to extrude again. We can scale with S a little bit inwards. But we can also just adjust it like this. And again, just going to scale this one in again. And one final time. There we go. It's looking kind of like a fin. I'm just going to do the same thing for here. It's going to start on the start points. Maybe something like this here. Just go in here. Maybe we should make a separation here. Make another point. So we have this little path here completely blocked out. Just going to make it extrude here. Do it again. And just maybe scale this one already down because it's already looking pretty decent. My bird is making a lot of noise, so I am including him in the fun of, well, modeling a fish, so he is finally satisfied. So where did we left off? I know, the fins. Just gonna move these a little bit around and extrude again, and again, and again. But this one should probably make a little subdivide here because we can just make it like this one. Maybe these I will extrude time. So we have the wonderful shape of the back fin. Now let's go to the big one here, select all the ones in here and extrude it and just line them up. Make maybe another subdivision here and maybe another one. There we go. We can see our fish is kind of already looking like a fish, so it's wonderful. Make a little loop cut in the middle and maybe make another cut here so we can go to the fin here in the back and just press enter. There we go. And with this one, we're just gonna select the whole fish and we're just gonna extrude them out a bit. Now we're just gonna make it wonderful a mirror because we wanted to have it the same on both sides. So we're just gonna add a modifier, make it a mirror one. And well, we don't want it on top. Let's just make this one so we can see it better. Don't want it on top, we want it on the Z-axis. So we can see, well, it's not really fitting, so let's move this one a little bit inwards so they're kind of touching, maybe not in the middle of this thing. And something which we kind of don't really need are these middle faces, so we're just gonna select them and delete it. With wonderful, well, delete and then delete the faces. There we go. Now we have one wonderful fish. Let's go and select this wonderful middle part here. I'm just gonna move it out just a little bit to give it a little bit more, except maybe you, to give it a little bit more of a fishy look. Just a little bit, but more importantly, you have to make some adjustments because the back fin, of course, is not so far out. So I'm just gonna move it back in. And same goes for the top part, just to move it back in. I think I'm just gonna readjust all the fins a little bit because they are not so thick. So we're just gonna select all the outer points here and just move them in a little bit. Same goes for the back fin. So just gonna, maybe not you, just to move it in a little bit. Let's don't forget the bottom ones, and just gonna move them in a bit. There we go. Now the most important part. This is the reason we have this wonderful picture of a goldfish. We're just gonna give it a texture. Gonna open the shader tab and just pull a wonderful goldfish in here. We're gonna connect it, and then just gonna add the node wrangler, which you can activate, of course, in the preferences. I'm gonna switch it to a VUV, and we're gonna open a new window with UV editor. Wonderful. Go, very importantly, in the middle here. Press all. And we're just gonna make an unwrapped and projected from the view. So we have a little fish now in here. Now we're just gonna scale this one up and maybe align it here. If we now go in the wonderful material view, we can see we have goldfish. Isn't that wonderful? Now, of course, you can maybe make some little slight adjustments, like fix the top part, like maybe moving it so that we don't really have the blue background thingies. There we go. Same goes for you. You can also maybe just move it in a little bit, because this fish is not supposed to be seen out in the wild, mostly in the background to just look good enough to fool somebody. Also, we should probably just select all of them and make sure that they don't actually intersect the blue. And done is your wonderful, but it may be a little bit ugly goldfish. Hope you like it. Till next time. And don't forget, subscribe for the fish, because 98% of you are not subscribed.